Peace. I come in peace. If today could have a color, it'd be purple. Today's color is the color purple. It just has a feeling of purple. Like spacey, almost. Just feels like a spacey day. Sometimes I feel like space is just right here. Like space just represents like a blind place. Like how far can we go before we're just like moles tunneling in the earth? And somehow outer space is just like some elongated pathway connected through many things. So if that's what blind is, then what is seeing? I wonder. I wonder, guys. So yeah, I wonder and I wander through space. I wonder if planets contain some energetic flow, but who's to say that's not all we are, you know? And if that's the case, then maybe planets have a place where they gain some recognition and order among things. Is it too far-fetched to say these things? I mean, why do we collapse intelligence upon ourselves when I could just look at what somebody does and say that it's simple? All they do is have energy go through, they eat and poo. That's a human being. So then what are the planets? What are we seeing? Am I on to something? Is there some greater reasoning that could actually change the way in which we perform in our day? And so seeing things this way would actually make some sense if science and its reference are just natural things. They're like business inside our body. Our body is made up of mechanics doing science. It's not naughty. So we do science inside ourselves, and somehow science is out there as well. But science is like complicated as hell. I don't get it, you see. Science doesn't necessarily make sense to me. So in this way, when we think this way, we can see this way, and maybe our day would change and say that there was more to see and more to do. There'd be more for me, more for you. We would travel across many bridges, come to conclusions that would just otherwise be something we'd stick on our fridges to be thrown away. They're like scrambled messes. Hey, what's up? Thanks for the like. We're just doing coffee and poetry. Hot coffee. What I do every day now. Do shapes themselves have true meaning as well? Like a triangle is always pizza and a cookie is always crisp. What do things mean? Just anything? Short time? You think that was short? That was it was like 49 minutes or something. I looked on the time, I looked at the clock because it tells me how long I've been live for. And it said I was live for like 49 minutes, and I did like 60 squats. I did like 40 squats with just 135, and then I did like maybe like 55 squats. And then I did like 15, yeah. And then I did like 15 squats with 225. And then I did like 3 sets of dumbbell squats with 80s. I did 4 reps in each set. And then I did some plates, some like squat press, machine press, like leg press machine. And I did like 3 sets of like 400. I did 400 pounds on that, like 4 reps per set. And then I did shoulders on the machine, where I did like my shoulder raises. And then I did shoulder press, where you said my head was gonna pop off. And then I did shoulder flies at the very end. So I did 3 different exercises for legs, and I did 3 different exercises for my shoulders. I usually do shoulders with legs. But yeah, I was there for 49 minutes. I'm sweaty, man. I like really worked up a sweat today. Doing that. Doing all those squats is what does it. Yeah, you saw most of it. Like, it was just like, but if you were just lost track of time, it was like 49 minutes. It was like 50 minutes. And I did like no breaks as well. I was like doing something the whole time. Yeah, I have so many thoughts, guys. And my thoughts get me in trouble. It's like you could imagine that I had some thought bubble above my head that was like some schematics it was continually trying to plan just to have it. I'm a jealous man, and I live off of jealousy. I want everything that I can see. Do I get the same drink every night? Yeah. I get a cappuccino. I just figure it's like pretty basic. It doesn't have like tons of sugar in it and stuff. It's just mostly just like coffee and milk. So I just get a cappuccino. So it's the same thing I get in the morning. But I usually get a small at night though. So just I just make stuff up. It's like, you know, I'm just making stuff up, dude. It's like I don't have to say it. It's just when there's nothing else to talk about, I just try to come up with cool rhymes. I'm like a beatboxer or something. I just figure, like, here's my like idea, right? It's like if you just came across me just like sitting here with a cup of coffee, it's like, oh, this is kind of boring. But if you come across some guy just doing like verbal poetry, that it like kind of grabs people's attention, you know? So I just do that now. Is like, when there's like, oh no, I just made this up on the spot, man. All those poems. Here's something funny that you maybe didn't know, because I just talk to people whenever they show up. So whenever nobody's like in chat, I'm like making up poems the whole time. So like, if you look back at some of my other streams and like maybe rewound the stream before you were there, you would just see me doing poetry. I do it every day. I do it every time I live stream almost. When no one's here, I just make up poems. I just make up poetry. But no, it's not like some important poem I'm working on or whatever. It's just literally, like I said, I figure people would rather come across somebody doing poetry if they're like coming across my stream, you know, rather than some guy just sitting here or whatever. So it's mostly what I was doing when for most people that are my subs, that's kind of what I was doing for most of the time when they like showed up. That's why that guy like Big Smoka, he always asks me like crazy questions, because I think he subbed when I was like doing like some poetry and stuff. So he always comes in and asks me like really weird questions and stuff. If you've ever seen him do that guy, Big Smoka. Because I think a lot of people, they subscribed when I was doing like all this kind of random poetry, so they just come in and like, oh, like, can clouds think or something like that, and I just make up poetry about it. Just like, you know what, the clouds rise and they fall. Some humans, they're big and they're small, so who's to say that we're not just clouds in some way, and clouds dissipate just like we do in the long run. So we evaporate as well in the long sun. Just like that. I just make it up on the spot. Some people think I'm like reading something or whatever. They think I'm like reading like a paper or whatever, because sometimes I'll like look away, but I'm just like trying to gather my thoughts and like understand what I just said so I can like work with it. But yeah, there you go. There's like a short poem for you. But they're also kind of like philosophy as well. Since I took a bunch of philosophy courses and did pretty well in them, actually. Surprisingly, when I was doing like not very good in like a lot of my other like classes, I did pretty good in philosophy, just because it's like, in philosophy, like there's no real truth basically. You know, like you can like say anything you want basically, and you can argue it. You can argue that like the world is flat basically. In philosophy, it doesn't matter. Because like truth is subjective, and it's just like, you know, things have to be flat for us to have a perspective, which means we're standing always from a flat surface, you see, and it allows things to curve around us, maybe. So everything is flat in a way. How about that, right? I just make up stuff like that. It's what I used to do on my streams all the time. But I think a lot of people, they like the longer hair and the beard too, you know? But it was just too much maintenance. It was like, I just felt like it made me slow, you know? It was like the hair is getting in my way all the time, and I was just like, this just like is making me slow. Yeah, the beard. Yeah, like, yeah, I think, I don't know why. It's like, some people are very critical, and then for other people, it's like, oh, wow, it's like, it's somebody, they have a beard, or something like that, you know what I mean? This guy's like a real dude, or whatever. Yeah, I think that having the long hair and the beard like definitely improved like the numbers on the camera. Oh, you did? Nice. I'd be interested to see what your beard looked like. But yeah, I kind of have like weird beliefs anyways. Too much maintenance? Yeah, it really was. It was just like I had to put like Vaseline in it. Like I figured out that it was like, I hated using beard oil, but what I thought worked well was Vaseline. And if you like blow dry it, if you put Vaseline in it and then blow dry it while you're combing it, then it like coats Vaseline like all over your beard. So I thought, I like figured out, I was like, oh, Vaseline like it works perfect to like give it shine. And then long hair, it's like, what do you do with it? Like long hair, seriously, what do you do? It's just like, the only thing I could do was like put it in a ponytail, and I just felt like such a bum or whatever. Like seriously, like a guy with long hair, like just started looking so cringe to me or grungy. But yeah, so I cut it off. Cut it right off. The summer in Arizona, 100 plus weather, yeah, for sure. Are you a fan of 007? Like, do you like James Bond? Just because I notice your name has 007 in it, you know? Because I'm a huge James Bond fan. I think I've seen every single one. Like, even the really old ones, I love them. I used to go on these binges where I would just watch like every James Bond in like for like a week or something like that. I would just like go through and watch all of them. Dude, it's gonna be, you're a big Elvis guy? Oh, gotcha. Elvis Presley, nice. Big Elvis fan. It's crazy. He was like pretty young when he died, right? And it was just like an overdose, wasn't it, or something? Or was it like a prescription from his doctor or something? I heard at least he like died in his house like from an overdose of drugs or something like that. At least I think that's what happened. Or at least that's what I've heard.
They can shut off.
42, just years of perceptions. He died at 42, huh? You want to know who I grew up with? Not Elvis Presley. Oh, prescriptions. Oh, just years of prescriptions. Oh, gotcha. I grew up, you know who Johnny Bravo is? He's like a cartoon version of Elvis or whatever. Right? He's like a guy, he has like blonde hair and he has like go out in like a big swoop or whatever, and he like speaks like Elvis, like, "Hey, pretty mama," and stuff like that. It was a cartoon. You've heard of that? Yeah. You'll have to like search for it on like YouTube. If you like Elvis Presley, you might like this cartoon. Just to like check it out like once in your life. Yeah, it's called Johnny Bravo. But I'm pretty sure that the character is based off of Elvis Presley. You'll have to check it out though. Tomorrow I'm gonna do spikes in my hair, man. For sure it is. Yeah, because he talks like, "Hey, pretty mama," and like all this stuff. He's an interesting character. I'm surprised you're the only one that's come in tonight, though. Like, I don't know. people like, a lot of people move on quick though. Like, you know, I've been doing YouTube for a while now, and it's like, it comes in like groups. It's like you have groups of people that will like interact with you for like a couple weeks, and then it changes, and it's like different people and stuff, you know? But I'm surprised none of those other people are in here tonight. Spikes tomorrow? I'm thinking maybe I will, man. I pulled this off, whatever it is, my afro, or my electricity. I got shocked and my hair just poked out. Yeah, maybe I'll do spikes tomorrow. Cause I'm gonna get my hair cut again soon. Cause it's like getting back into where it's getting in my eyes, you know? So I'm gonna go get it trimmed or whatever. Doc Brown, yes, yeah, for real, Doc Brown look for sure, exactly. I made the, or whatever it is, the DeLorean. I drive a DeLorean actually, yeah. I'm Doc Brown in his like youth. Dude, there's a guy, that's funny you say Doc Brown. There's a guy that goes to the gym over there, and everyone calls him Doc Brown. Like, he's a special needs guy, right? And he goes to the gym, and he has like a t-shirt, and it says like on his chest, it says Doc Brown. But he's like everybody in the city knows him though, because he like walks around everywhere. Like he just has t-shirts on it, and on his t-shirt it says Doc Brown. This is no joke. It's just a guy that goes to the same gym I do, but he goes at like 6 at night. He goes like a couple hours later than I go. He goes like at 6 or 7 or something. And he'll like, if you talk to him, he'll just like talk to you about like Back to the Future all the time. And he's like, do you know how many gigawatts it is? And he'll just like keep saying it or whatever. But he's funny. He's a nice guy. He like runs around with like a walker. He has like one of those walkers or whatever, you know. And he like runs around with it in the gym. I keep thinking he's gonna get hurt because he's on like AstroTurf, and it's like it's literally just a walker, but he like runs. He like straight up sprints across like the turf part. And I'm like, dude, you're gonna like fall and like smash get like mangled. He could be my gym buddy, yeah. I think he's everybody's gym buddy, to be honest with you. He's everyone's gym buddy. Nah, I'm flying solo right now, man. I really don't have a gym partner. But having a gym buddy does help though, like for sure. Like immensely. Like I said, all my friends are just married. They're all married and have kids, so I have no one to go with. But if I really do need a spot, like on my channel, like on my shorts, one of the videos where I do squat 315 or whatever, I just asked a random guy. To help me, like spot me. I went to a bigger guy. I went to a bigger guy and was like, yeah, help me. He was nice about it and helped me. But yeah, one time I like was talking to him, and it just was like, yeah, like the dude'll talk your ear off. And he like spits a lot when he talks too, so it's like you kind of don't want to get too close to him. You'll have to find that video. I'll post it in the community tab. Everyone says that it's like I had to go an inch deeper for it to be like a full squat, but the guy who was spotting me said he's like, I counted it. But I'll post it in the community thing like I did that other video. So I'll just post it there. But yeah, like the guy who was spotting me said I got it, but one of the people that worked at the gym, I like went and showed him it, and he was like, no, you had to go. He's like, no, you didn't get it. You need to go 1 more inch, is what he said. And I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, all right, all right, all right. But that one guy who's like Doc Brown, he like spits, and it's like hard to talk to him sometimes. No, he can't. No, he can't help me with anything. Like I said, he like walks with a walker, man. But he just runs around the gym. It's funny. Like I said, it's like the dude looks like he's gonna straight up fall and like smash into his like walking thing. It doesn't look safe. It's like an accident waiting to happen, but nobody's said otherwise to him yet. So. I should interview him. I guess I could, but I don't want it to look like I'm doing something just for content when it's like somebody with special needs, you know? And it's like, I think that would be like a very bad, if I knew him, then maybe I could. And it's like, I wouldn't feel as bad, but I feel like if I was doing that just for content, then it's like, probably not the best thing to do, at least on the internet. I feel like I'd get heavily criticized for doing that. Like there's some people that go and like interview homeless people and stuff, and they get like a lot of criticism a lot of time. It'd be funny, like there's no question that it would be funny, and he probably would say a bunch of stuff, but it's just like, yeah, it's probably like people would just say I'd be using him for content or whatever, and it's like I'm a bad person. So, but it would be funny though. But yeah, some people do that, like with homeless people on their channels to go big. I've never done anything like that, so I don't know if I want to start now. Did you see that Donald Trump was saying he's like, they're gonna send the military? Oh yeah. Well, have you ever seen the guy that did bum fights? There was a guy on the internet for a while that he would sell videos, and he would make him sign something or whatever, but they were brutal. They weren't cool. He went and he would find bums, and he would pay them like $200 to fight other bums. It's a guy on the internet. And he got like on Dr. Phil. He went on to a Dr. Phil's show, and he like dressed up like Dr. Phil, and he said Dr. Phil is doing the same thing I'm doing. Yeah, you remember those? Yeah, but he went on Dr. Phil and was like, he dressed up like Dr. Phil and was like, you're doing the same thing I am. He's like, you're doing the same thing I am, and you're just taking advantage of like content of like people who have issues. But yeah. There's a lot of, and there's like, I don't know. I'm surprised my channel hasn't gone deleted, to be honest with you, but. He makes a point. Yeah, he kind of does. He really kind of does. Like, obviously his is like one step further. It's kind of like comparing apples to oranges a little bit, you know, because they're like kind of not the same thing. But Dr. Phil definitely like has become rich off of like just publicizing people's like problems, basically. Like Dr. Phil has, like, the dude's become rich of just publicizing people's like issues. And he just like sits there and he says, well, what do you think you did wrong? Here's like every psychiatrist or like therapist. Why do you think that? That's every psychiatrist or like therapist's like, why do you think that? Now, why is that? Basically, yeah. Yeah, maybe all those other kids have already moved on. Like, who did we used to get in here? We used to get like Gigi would come in and say some wild stuff. Big Smoka, um, Faisal or whatever, um, Alien, all those guys. The clone guy, the other guy that does like clouds. I was having this guy called like Dontrell. Girls Gone Wild. No, I remember that. Dude, TV used to be weird, man. So I had a TV in my room growing up and it was just hooked up to like basic cable, right? And like so before I'd go to bed, I would watch like Dexter's Laboratory on Cartoon Network, and then I'd watch like Samurai Jack and Dragon Ball Z. But after Adult Swim and after Dragon Ball Z, yeah, like all the weird Girls Gone Wild stuff would come on, and I was just like, what the? I was like, people don't remember, but there used to be like porn on TV. Like it would literally, it was porn on TV, is what it was. Yeah, I remember those though, and I was just like, what the heck? I was just a kid, and I was just staying up late watching TV, and I was just like, what the? So it's like every generation had their weird like porn kind of thing, because like this generation has internet and it just like pops up. Like seriously, in the beginning days of the internet, you would just literally go to like Google, like .com, and it would just pop up on your screen. Like I remember being a kid and like getting on the internet and just like, okay, I'm gonna like play a game. Like seriously, like I have an innocent mind or whatever, just like purely innocent, like I have no desire to do anything like weird or whatever. Yeah, like it was all over just the internet. Like I said, I had to be like 8 or like 9 years old or something, and just getting on the internet and it would just pop up on the screen, and I'm just like, what the hell is this? But yeah, it was on TV too. Like I remember those days. That's so weird that it was like approved on like public television or whatever. Just like some kid, like seriously, I had to be like 10 years old, just like flipping the channels at night, and it just shows up on TV, and I'm just like, what the heck is this? And then, yeah, just like what the? But it was like, and it was on like cartoon channels. I'm a little bit younger than you, yeah. And the weird part too, it's almost like they were like targeting kids. Like maybe the industry actually does like target kids, you know what I mean? Because I used to watch Cartoon Network, right? And Cartoon Network had like I said, Dragon Ball Z, Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, Inuyasha, what else? Like Naruto, all these shows. And like, yeah, like then I would just be sitting there watching cartoons, and the next thing it was just like Girls Gone Wild, and I was like, what the heck? I think they probably really were like targeting children. That's pretty messed up if you think about it, because it was on a kid's channel, you know. Like life is crazy, man. Life is full of like, we're born into this thing. We're like born in this like physical world, but nobody can tell you what the truth is. Like not one person on this planet can like tell you what the truth is. It's like nobody knows. Not one person knows what the truth is. To me, that's crazy. Cigarette commercials on cartoons. Yeah, well, like all the old Disney stuff, right? Like, Disney with like Mickey Mouse and like Goofy and Donald Duck and all those guys. All that stuff had like people smoking in it too. It was just like, oh yeah, like but it was like mostly bad guys or whatever, right? Like, or maybe like a dad, like, the scene that I can think of is like when the woman's pregnant and she's like in labor in the hospital, and it shows the dad and he's like outside in the waiting room, like smoking a bunch of cigars, like walking back and forth. That's like old Disney animation stuff. Just like, yeah, some guy smoking. It's kid stuff. But my parents told me that like when they were growing up, everything used to smell like cigarette smoke. They said everybody smoked because like for a while there, it was like prescribed by doctors and stuff like that. And so like, I was talking to my mom about it, and she said, yeah, like during their era, like every public place that you'd go to just smelled like cigarettes. They said. I saw like a tweet about it on Twitter as well, or X. Sorry, I still call it Twitter. I saw a tweet on Twitter, and it was like somebody said, yeah, doctors would smoke. Doctors used to smoke during their break, like all the time. But yeah, my mom said the whole, like everywhere in the world just used to smell like cigarette smoke. Like every public place you'd go to. And now it's like people that smoke have to like hide, basically. It's like they're outcasts. It's like totally went 180. Everybody still drinks coffee though. When you were a kid, you could still smoke in the grocery store? Yeah, I think you are a little bit older than me. Because I don't remember that. I don't remember anyone ever smoking in public. I had like a few relatives that did. And like when I would go over to their house, it would smell like cigarette smoke. Which just smelled like ash from a fire or something like that. Like I had one of my friends, his dad smoked like a pack a day or something like that inside their house. He used to smoke inside their house, and he would just draw. He was like an architect, so he would like sit there at his desk and just like smoke cigarettes while he drew. And I can tell you what it used to smell like to me. It just smelled like ash from a fire. It was like, but it doesn't smell like a campfire. It just smells like the ash from it though. And it was like everything just smelled like that stink. And restaurants. Yeah, you must have been just a little bit older than I am, because I don't remember it in grocery stores that much, or ever. But I do remember the Girls Gone Wild thing though, on TV. And when the internet's not like that anymore. Like it used to be so bad, like you would just go to any website and it would just pop up all over the place. The world is crazy though, man. The world really is crazy. Like we're just things that are born in this place, but we have no idea. No, and nobody knows what way is the right way. You know what I mean? Or at least if they think they did, then like no, there's nobody that everyone will agree with, you know, or whatever. That's why I just think life is crazy. I just generally think life is crazy. Like, and especially if people like say something about me, I'm just like, life is crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just me, like life is crazy. Oh, you smoked for 20 years and you quit during the pandemic? Yeah, like I don't know. I never really like, felt a need for like cigarettes. Like I've tried cigarettes. I just quit. I was just like, it was just like I had a pack one time. I was just like, what is this all about? So I like went and bought a pack and I just smoked it. And then I just like, okay, this, like I didn't get addicted to it or anything. I just thought like, okay, well, I don't know. I really didn't notice anything. It was like maybe the first one did, like right in the morning or something like that. But that was it. And then like every time after that was like trying to like chase what that first one felt like in the morning. But I just quit because I just was like, I was just like, it's not for me, you know? But yeah, I just seriously just like, yeah, and I just stopped. I never did it again. Yeah. 3 packs of gum a day. Yeah. You have to substitute like stuff in your life. You know what I Yeah, I went and just like when I was older, it was just when I was like, I don't know, like 26 or 27 or something like that. I just thought like, I wonder what smoking cigarettes is like. So I just went to the store and like bought some and like smoked a pack, and then I was like I said, for me it was just like that very first one in the morning felt like kind of neat, but like everyone after that was just like trying to get that feeling of what the first one was like or something. And I was just like, but then I just was like, I just quit because I was just like, I just couldn't see myself doing it. Yeah, the morning smoke, yeah. For sure, like that's what I'm saying. Like it was like that first one in the morning. But then I just feel like everyone after that was like, it didn't feel like that one or whatever. And none of the other ones would ever feel like that one. Yeah, I don't know why they weren't addictive to me though. Like everybody says like don't smoke because you'll become addicted or whatever, but yeah, and I just stopped. I was just like, okay. I used to like drawing too. Like if you would smoke and draw, I thought that was cool. You just sit there and like have a cigarette and like draw things and like whatever. But yep. Yeah, like I said, I can understand that morning one. Like totally, that one hits different. That morning one hits different than every other one for sure. But I think that's kind of also why I didn't really like it that much, maybe, is because I was just like, maybe if every single one was like that, but like in my case, it seemed like it was only that morning one. And also it's expensive too. I figured out, I was like, if you're like buying this all the time, it's just like more money, man. You know? But I don't know. I have my own vices, you know what I mean? Like I play too many video games and probably drink too much coffee and whatever else. So I think I never experienced that cigarette after sex or whatever. I never experienced that. But the thing is, I just didn't smoke for long enough, probably, you know what I mean? Like, I know it's like a common theme though. There's even a band. Like, I know a band that's called like Cigarettes After Sex or something, but yeah, no, that one's like, that one probably won't make it onto my bucket list. Even though I know it's like especially probably like abroad, like overseas. Yeah. It does just make all your stuff stink though too. Like cigarettes does just make like all your stuff smell, you know? Like your clothes and everything, like your hair, your clothes, like everything. It'll like stain your car. It'll make your car stink. And I only had a few flings in college before I feel like everybody figured out as a dropout kind of guy or something. So I had my opportunity. Anyways, man, the Chainsmokers, yeah, I think that's a band too, for sure. Probably like alternative rock or something. I think I'm gonna go though. This has been a good chat. if I do something later tonight, it's probably gonna be like just video game stuff or something. Yo, what's up, Alien? I know. Your old truck, you smoked a lot. I just would try to do it like a fro, but I just kept it all day. I just stuck with it. Like, I first got out in the daylight with it, and I was like, I've made a mistake, but I just stuck with it. It was like when I looked in the mirror for a second, I was like, hey, this is kind of like a fro. I was like, I can get away with this. But then I like got out in public. I got out in public and I was like, maybe I made a mistake, but I just went with it. I can get away with it because I'm a YouTuber, so I can just be like, yeah, I'm like entertaining looking. But I think I'm gonna go, Alien. I've been going for like 40 minutes now, 46 minutes. If I get on again at night, it's gonna be probably like a video game stream if I get on again. Grandma hairstyle. Bro, this is that's funny though. I can see it. I can definitely see like the grandma hairstyle, like for sure, like an old lady that has like this long hair that like does it all frizzy like that. That's too funny, man. You genuinely made me laugh with that one. Some guy came on my stream earlier and like he was making fun of me and saying all this stuff. That's too funny, dude. Because I can definitely see that. All right, you guys. Yeah, you guys, I'll see you guys maybe next time. I'll see you next time, you know? Anyways, see ya.